Master Sergeant at the age of 18 in Korea. And I asked him how that happened. He said, well, everybody else was killed, so he was one of the few that was left, and he got promoted to Master Sergeant at the age of 18. And he was a Master Sergeant still at that time, and that was some 13 years after he went in the Army.
Oh, okay. I guess he probably had a wealth of knowledge or wealth of experience anyway.
Oh, he was fabulous. A very good leader.
Okay, great. All right. So now you're at the weapons company. I mean, you're weapons instructor at the basic training company. And well, what happened then? Just give us a little. What were you doing with the trainees and what?
Well, that assignment lasted about 6 months, and then within the same company, I became a assistant platoon sergeant,
okay.
Assisting in the training of new soldiers.
Okay.
And an opportunity came along whereby the third drill sergeant school that the Army had was at Fort Dix, New Jersey, and I was recommended to attend, and I did attend.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I made rank relatively fast.
Okay.
I was a Sergeant E5 prior to 12 months in the Army, and I made Staff Sergeant E6 in my 18th month in the Army. I graduated third in my drill sergeant class, and the commanding general had recommended me to be promoted to E6,
okay.
Staff Sergeant.
Okay, that's pretty quick. Yeah, I thought I had been the quickest, but you were much quicker than me. So you were moving along pretty fast there.
Well, I would say that the non-commissioned officers that I was associated with at Fort Dix were had an extraordinary influence on me. They were very good. We had several World War II veterans. All of them were Korean War veterans, and at least half of them were veterans of Vietnam. And that was early because they had been in Vietnam in 1963 and 1964.
Okay. Okay, so now let's just say you're at E6 at this point in time. I know, and I'm going to roll back a little bit. You indicated this, the Master Sergeant, he was a good leader and a kind of influence on you. And I didn't want to pass it over. You want to say a little something about him and what he brought to the
Well, his name was Robert J. Berry. He was from Boston, Massachusetts, and he had a very demanding upbringing. And when he went into the Army, he was pretty well up to the task that was presented to him in the Korean War. His leadership was very good. He led by example, and he expected all of his non-commissioned officers to also lead by example. He very much cared for his soldiers and made sure that they received very good training, and it had a big impact on me.
Right. Okay. And you say you did quite well in drill sergeant school, and the commanding general promoted you.
I might add,
okay.
I had no choice but to do good at the
Right.
drill sergeant school,
Right.
because to come back to Master Sergeant Berry unsuccessful would not have been good.
Oh, so he was the force to be reckoned with, huh?
Well, yes, and I would say that he was demanding, but at the same time, he was supportive.
Okay. So, in addition to the influence of the Master Sergeant, what else do you attribute your success to?